Hi, I'm Evan Pantazi. I just wanted to give you a little a short story on how I founded Kyusho International, why I founded Kyusho International as I came up through Kyusho. Now, I studied like most people did with Dillman, and I spent many years with him. I was dedicated. I flew all over the country following him, doing as many seminars during the years as I could, bought all his merchandise and everything. Got in with the organization. I wasn't allowed to join the organization for many, many years, even though I was showing up on a consistent basis and was actually doing the work. I was showing and performing knockouts, and I just wasn't allowed in for whatever reasons. I think they had stricter protocols back then. And you had to show some real skill to be able to get in and be recognized, which was great. The reason why I left was I was actually kicked out of the organization. And I was kicked out of the organization because I was trying to better it. Being an educator, I have a degree in education, and I ran my own school for many, many years and ran other schools for other people as well. So I knew the profession. What Dillman was missing early on that I could see was a set curriculum, and they say they had a set curriculum, but it wasn't set at all. Some people were doing this, some people were doing that, and yeah, it was written down, but it really wasn't rock solid. Some people would get ranked just for coming in and doing seminars. Now I hosted seminars for Dillman for like 15 years, and sometimes twice a year, sometimes just the once. And what I wanted to show him is I took his materials, I took his products, his videotapes, his books, and I wrote a curriculum for him that wouldn't be a static process of learning like they use now, and most of the Kyusho practitioners around the world use now. And I made it a mobile and rapid-fire, spontaneous curriculum that involved 9 sub-levels and 10 above levels, or down levels if you would. And I tied it in each with a video or book that he had done, so he could have helped his marketing, and he could have helped the students as well too, because they had support materials to go along with whatever curriculum they were working on at that particular time. And then I showed him many, many drill sequences that could put his people into action. And you know, I got when I showed it to the higher ups, I showed it to Mr. and Mrs. Dillman, I showed it to Ed Lake, who's now since deceased, rest his soul, Mr. Higginbotham, and a lot of the top people. They all loved it. They said, yeah, it's exactly what we need, because that would have ended the early confrontation with martial artists on, you can't use this in real action or real fighting, and all you do is stand and hit each other. And so that was to address that. Also to gain the students a better understanding of the movement principles, what's needed and what's not needed when you're trying to enact the Kyusho, and developing, of course, better accuracy and skills with your Kyusho sets. So it was accepted, denied, accepted, denied. This went through a process. Then finally one day it was told to me, or I got a letter saying, you're out, good luck with your group, or whatever you're going to do. And the group didn't come about till after I was out. I had ideas of it because I had been working with Budo International at the time. And if you see my early Budo videos, is up to about level or number 3. I'm still wearing the DKI patch. I'm still wearing the belt, the uniform and whatnot, which I've since gotten rid of for many, many reasons, which I'll tell you in a later video. But I was prompted to start my own organization with Alfredo Tucci, the editor of Budo International, along with a cohort of mine. I had no inclination to start an organization. I really didn't. It's just extra work, and I was focusing on my school. I was focusing on my skills and working on products that would help people learn the Kyusho in a more realistic manner. And that was my focus. I didn't know I was going to get tied up into this, but then I said, yeah, why not? I'll try to help people develop good, solid structures, and also good, strong business procedures, so they can be successful at gaining income to further their studies. And everybody complains that it's always about the money. Well, it's about the money a little bit. Now, my first couple of years, I spent over $20,000 on my own researching Kyusho, traveling, buying products, doing this and that. So I didn't want people to come out of their pocket, because many people nowadays can't come out of pocket that kind of money to get an education like this. So I developed my business program in Kyusho International around a solid business plan that would show you how to help you build a group and have that group support your further education, because it was their further education. So yeah, it's a little about the money, so you don't go in the hole trying to help people. Everybody's trying to work toward each other and work toward a common goal of getting better. And that's why I founded Kyusho International. Now, the name Kyusho International was, for me, a no-brainer. I didn't want to make it a Dillman Karate International or a Hogan Karate International. Not to diss those names, but I didn't want my name labeled on this. It was just Kyusho International because it wasn't a centralized idea. Much like you're hearing about the blockchain and Bitcoin right now, it's a decentralization process where there are little hubs around the world that are developing this Kyusho and whatever attitudes that they have in their particular style. We've got ninjutsu, we've got tai chi, we've got aikido, we've got karate. These people all bring something to the table, and their art's all centered around Kyusho at one point in the past. And if you see my other videos and blogs on the history of the Kyusho, the old masters knew it. They put it out there in public for us, but we're just not clever enough to pick up on it. So I wanted to get all these ideas on how to an Aikido practitioner, for example, would get to these targets, what would best suit them, how a Tai Chi player would do it, how a karate guy would do it. I knew how a karate guy would do it because I was a karate guy. I did Aikido, I did Jiu-Jitsu, I've done many styles because I'm a full-time professional for many decades. So we put this together in a decentralized pattern, and it's working great. We've got people all over the world in different countries putting their own stylistic flair into what they're doing, as long as they stick to a set curriculum, how to build and level, so everybody around the world does the same level, but they do it in their own particular manner. Now that's a real education. Like it's a mixed martial arts education. We're taking all these stylists and adapting it to one particular outcome. And again, that's why I just named it Kyusho International rather than Pantazi, Kyusho International, or Karate International, whatever it was. I didn't want my name associated because there are many practitioners around the world that we work with that are fantastic, and their name is worthy of mention. I'm just one guy that had the idea to get these people into this process so they could help others, who in turn would help others, which is our mission statement. And that's how our organization got started, and I hope it continues on, because again, there's no central head. If I croak or something like that, then it'll carry on, because you have all these people that are friendly toward each other. They do their own style, they do their own Kyusho, but they know the structure, so they can keep growing. And another thing about the organization and the curriculum that has been developed is, after first dan in many styles, up to about maybe fourth dan, fifth dan, you have some physical skills that you have to show. After that, it becomes more political, or what you're doing for the organization. With us, yes, it is a number of members you have with you and how many people you are helping, but there's also a skill set with each level, up to and including our 10th instructor level, which many people would equate to a black belt level or a 10th dan or whatever like that. Again, I don't use a belt anymore. I've given that up because it has too many political ramifications. I don't want to be known by my rank. I just want to be known for helping people get involved with this in a more realistic way that would help them and help other people. So that's a little bit of my background on how Kyusho International started. I'll be coming at you with some more historical tributes of my Kyusho journey. Okay, and it's not to say that it's the best, it's not to say it's the only way or the only one. It's just my personal view, and everybody's entitled to it, so here's mine. Why don't you subscribe to the YouTube channel, by the way, because I'm going to put some of these videos exclusively on YouTube. Some of them I'll write a blog for. So just keep tuned, and hey, it's free. Just if you can, once in a while, just mention it to someone else so they can subscribe as well, and maybe click an ad or two or watch an ad or two, so the income comes in. So it's worth continuing in this process. Yeah, it's about the money too, folks. You got to perpetuate it, and that's how I do it. Thanks for watching.